So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. The dangerous Miko Hardman on the return. Past midfield. Inside the 20. And he's going to take this all the way back. 92 yards. Touchdown, Kansas City. You talk about a response. After the offense goes down the field and gets a touchdown, the special teams unit comes back to get the 6 right back for the other side.
And I've been there, Mike. You find yourself on offense, you watch your opponent go down and get a touchdown, and you're saying amongst each other, you're saying, hey, we're going to get the ball back. Let's go get one of our own. But in this case, the return unit says, no, offense, you stay on the sideline. We got this, and they go back.
Oh, and now look at this. It's a fake. And he's not going to get there. Very, very curious call. You could have just lined up for 2 and gone for it. Instead, they try this and come up empty. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. And this is not going to wind up anywhere near the landing zone. So they're going to blow it dead, and they'll bring the ball out to start at the 40-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. To throw is Hurts. Over the middle to his tight end, Goddard. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and just seems this possession is going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
Hurts to the air on 1st down. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
So after surrendering their 6th sack of the game, I looked down on the sideline, Mike, and found their offensive line coach. He grabbed his headset, removed it, and he slammed it on the ground. And truthfully, I don't blame him. His unit has been getting worked up front all day in pass protection.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Now Hurts. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
Rough sequence over these last couple plays. 1st down sack, 2nd down big play attempt, falls incomplete. And now to make matters worse, you got to operate in 3rd and long on a defense that knows they can just pin their ears back and try to get after the quarterback.
And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
If this quarterback's offensive line had as much fight as he does, I don't think they'd be in this situation to begin with. I mean, it's not even halftime here, Mike, and they've already given up 6 sacks. At this rate, I'm not sure they're confident their quarterback's going to make it out of this game in one piece.
And he's going to lose yardage on this return. Tried to retreat, but is covered up. The Chiefs offense and Rasheed Wright. To take over once more. This will begin at their own 13-yard line. So work to do starting with this 1st and 10. And a good job following his blockers. A gain of 7. It'll be second down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up second and 3 at the 19-yard line.
Now Mahomes gives it to Pacheco. Up the sideline. Past the... And he's out of bounds, up beyond the 40-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. On the ground, here's Samaje Perine. And a good tackle out wide will hold them to a gain of just 3. They face second down and 7. Now, Mahomes. A throw on the run is complete. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Now, a 3rd and 2. They put Kelsey in motion. Mahomes now on 3rd and 2. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. That's catch 3 just on this drop. And it gets his team a first down.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball.
That is hot. What a throw. Isaiah Pacheco. Touchdown, KC. That is second touchdown of this Super Bowl. So they take the shot downfield, and it is caught in the end zone for a touchdown. What a big play that is, Greg.
Absolutely, Mike. And the key to a play like this is when the ball travels this far in the air, they teach you, don't look back, look up, because that's where the ball will be. And in this case, he was able to secure it and come away with a big touchdown.
They put Kelsey in motion. Throwing again, it's Mahomes. That is caught in the end zone. 2 points for the moment. We do have a flag down. Let's see if this will hold up. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Covey now on the return. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Eagles offense ready to take over possession of the football. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. First down now. A tight end in motion now. On the ground, it's Barkley to start the drive. And he's going to be stopped in his tracks. He'll lose a couple of yards on that one.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
That's a short one. Caught by Goddard.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
And that is incomplete. Brian Cook there defensively to knock that one away. On comes the punter now, as he'll come on to punt this one away. Now the return, and he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. Now the Chiefs going to call the first of their timeouts. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing is Mahomes. He's going to put it up, take a shot for Hopkins.
How often do we see teams kind of nurse these big leads, Mike, especially as the game unfolds? They turn to the ground game. They try to slow everything down. Well, not this offense. They refuse to take their foot off the gas. They're still mining for explosive plays, and frankly, with the way today's gone, I don't blame them.
He's going to dial up another deep ball. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with the lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
The punter remains on the sideline. They're going to line up and go for it on 4th down. That is caught. He gets the hook up with Rice. The drive stays alive. They got 23 yards on 4th down.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off. He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
Mahomes now to throw on 2nd down. He's going to put it up, take a shot for Hopkins.
So, of course, you prefer to connect on that throw, but think about it like this, Mike. The more they continue to test this defense downfield, the more it's going to open up some of those shorter passes underneath.
And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
The rest of this game is all going to come down to getting stops. You find yourself down pretty big here in the first half. You have to get the ball back to your offense as many times as possible, but you can't keep giving up scoring drives, whether it's field goals or touchdowns. You need punts. You need takeaways. Give your offense a chance.
And this will not be a spike. He faked it. And that is incomplete. A little trickery with a fake spike, but it does not pan out. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. They put Kelsey in motion. On 2nd down, Mahomes. And that one just kept getting worse and worse until finally they bring him down.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
Wow, a pretty good comeback to say the least. Not enough for a first down, but a really solid pickup. And it brings us to 4th down. And both teams ready to play on, so we'll do the same as we get set for quarter number 3. 2 quarters left in the NFL season as we decide a champion. Back underway here at the Super Bowl. Into space. And he's going to take this one coast to coast. 95 yards. Touchdown, Kansas City. What a start to the second half. They come right out of the locker room and take it all the way to the end zone for 6.
Mike, we got to find out what that halftime speech was by that coach, because apparently it worked. I mean, talk about a dream start here. You find yourself at halftime, you're regrouping, we want to come out in the third quarter and establish some rhythm and momentum. And boy, do they do that here with their kickoff unit, returning it for 6.
That's going to be caught. So add a couple more points, and they add to their lead.
Mike, I think all of us can remember exactly where we were during a certain Super Bowl where throwing the ball this close to the goal line ended up being a disaster. But unlike that time, they ran this pass play to perfection, and the result, 2 points.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Covey now on the return. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense headed back to take over once more. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
When it starts bad, it has a funny way of ending up getting worse, and I don't think that could be any more true than it is right now. They're already down by multiple possessions, and after that start to this drive with the sack, they find themselves once again in a massive hole.
A second down throw for Hurts. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. And fortunately, this is going to get out of bounds, so possession does not change hands. 3rd and long. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front, because right now, their pass protection is breaking down, and this quarterback's paying the price for it.
Here comes the Eagles punt team, as he'll take this a yard or two into his own end zone. This will be returned from the other side of midfield, and he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. Patrick Mahomes is going to lead the KC offense back out for this next drive. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. He's going to put it up, take a shot for Hopkins.
Pass interference. Defense.
The defense still arguing about that pass interference call, but their focus needs to be a stop. They face 1st and goal. Here's Mahomes. Now he'll run. Fighting for the goal line. He lost the football. It's out. And this is taken in by the defense. The quarterback was on the move, starting to gain some yards, but then he lost the ball. And the fumble's recovered by the defense.
And early on, Mike, it was actually a really good job by the quarterback, extending that play, getting some positive yards. But he decided not to slide and give himself up. He takes that hit.
And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
Sometimes in the NFL, you have to be careful what you ask for. This offensive line, they were very clear to us this week. They wanted to take on this group. They loved the ability to be challenged. Well, they might have poked the bear a little bit too much because they've now surrendered a whopping 10 sacks in a single game. And I don't think there's been any signs of this pass rush slowing down.
Hurts will work here from the pistol. He'll get this complete. That's A.J. Brown. He's to the 40. To the 20. And he's going to take this all the way to the house. 90 yards. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Here's Elliott for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Eagles are able to cut into the deficit. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Hardman now to return it. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The Chiefs and their running back, Isaiah Pacheco, head out for their next drive. They've definitely outplayed. To this point in the third quarter, might be looking to grind out some first downs and chew up some valuable time on the clock. The drive begins with a run by Pacheco. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.